The latest update has finally dropped, bringing with it 3 brand new JoJo units to the game. And let me tell you, every single one of them is absolutely incredible. Today, our mission is to test out all 3. We've got the Heaven Rarity Poochie unit, the Secret Rarity Valentine unit, and the Guardian Rarity Toru unit. This is going to be exciting. First things first, before we throw them into battle, we need to get some good traits on these units. Traits can really make or break a unit's performance, so this is a crucial step. Let's start with Poochie, fingers crossed for something strong. And we got Prototype, nice. That's a solid start. Next up is Valentine. Let's see what luck brings us here. And we also got Prototype. That's actually pretty wild to get the same good trait twice in a row. Now for Toru, our last JoJo unit. And once again, we got Prototype. That's incredible. We also need to make sure our farm and support units are properly set up. Alright, we've got the gold to trait on our Boma unit. That's going to help us generate cash faster. And a cooldown 3 trait on our million units. Awesome! This setup should give us a good foundation for generating money and keeping our other units active. Now, it's time to put these new JoJo units to the test. We're heading into the Infinity mode on the first map. This is a great map for really trying out and understanding how new units perform without the pressure of a specific stage goal. First, let's place our Boma unit and upgrade it right away. We need that steady income stream to afford all our new, powerful units. Alright, Boma is upgraded and generating cash efficiently. Now, for our first new unit, Poochie, let's place him right here, in a good strategic spot. So, at his first level, Poochie starts with 3,400 damage, a 4.7 second cooldown, and an almost 45 range. Not bad at all for a base unit. I really like how the unit looks too. The design is very sharp. Poochie actually comes with 2 different passive skills, which makes him super interesting. The first one is called Accelerated Fade. After he reaches upgrade level 5, his chance to rewind enemies significantly increases, jumping from 10% to 40%. Also, with every attack he makes, he permanently reduces his attack cooldown by 0.05%, and this effect stacks infinitely. That's actually crazy. This unit was literally designed for Infinity mode, where fights go on forever. The more he attacks, the faster he gets. His second passive skill is Time Reversal. When Poochie hits an enemy, there's a 10% chance to rewind that enemy to their previous position on the map. And on top of that, after attacking 10 times, it reduces his attack cooldown by an additional 10%. So, Poochie is clearly a fantastic control unit, able to manipulate enemy positions and speed. But he probably has some serious damage potential too. Now let's upgrade it. And at his maximum upgrade, Poochie boasts 43,000 damage, an incredibly fast 1.9 second cooldown, and a 90 range. The cooldown speed is actually very good, matching his impressive damage and range. He's a powerhouse. Alright, let's move on to our second new unit, Valentine. At his first level, Valentine hits for 3,800 damage with a 2.8 second cooldown and a 46 range. That's actually a pretty good cooldown for a starting unit. So, Valentine also has 2 passive skills, just like Poochie. His first skill is Last Stand Defender. This makes Valentine immune to all status debuffs, which is huge for keeping him in the fight. Also, if your base health drops below 10%, Valentine will deal an additional 50% more damage, a true last stand hero. And his second passive skill is Fortress Fury. Whenever your base health drops, Valentine gains a 25% increase in damage each time. So, this is actually a fantastic passive skill for increasing your chances to survive those really tough, long games. It rewards you for staying alive through damage. Now let's upgrade him and see how strong he gets. So, at level 7, Valentine is dealing 34,500 damage with a 3.9 second cooldown and a massive 85 range. That range is actually crazy, covering a huge portion of the map. And on his last upgrade, he He hits for 50,000 damage with almost the same cooldown and range, solid, dependable damage. And now, for the last unit, Toru. At his first level, Toru has 3,600 damage with a 4.7 second cooldown and a 50 range. These are pretty similar starting stats to the other two units. And Toru also has two passive skills. The first skill is Range Overdrive. Each time you activate a skill, Toru's attack range increases by 20%, stacking up to 80%. That's fantastic for covering more ground. And also, every time you hit a boss, you deal 25% more damage. That's a huge bonus against the biggest threats. And his second passive skill is Unbreakable Onslaught. Each time Toru attacks an enemy, his damage increases by 0.1%, and this stacks infinitely. That's a similar passive skill to Pucci's cooldown reduction, but this one is for damage, and it's 10 times better for raw scaling. Also, Toru is immune to any stun or status effects, which makes him incredibly resilient. And he has a 25% chance on hit to inflict dark damage. These are absolutely crazy passive abilities. With both Toru and Pucci on the field, you could probably reach very high waves in Infinity mode. The synergy between them is just immense. Now, let's check out the active skill of each unit, and then we'll try them out in battle. So, Pucci's active skill is called Reset Universe. It sends all enemies back to the very start of the map, and it also reduces all unit cooldowns by 50% for 20 seconds. This is a great active ability and can literally turn the entire game around if you're getting overwhelmed. It's a massive reset button. Next, we have Valentine's active ability, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. This skill increases his damage by 500% and immediately deals 1 instance of damage, while also boosting your base health by 5,000%. And these effects can stack, which is another crazy active skill, offering both offensive power and incredible defensive boosts. And the next skill belongs to Toru, called Wonder of You. When activating this skill, all enemies on the map are stunned for a massive 30 seconds. It also deals 50% of their maximum health to all enemies, and you gain a 5% damage boost permanently, stacking infinitely. This is truly an insane skill because of that 50% maximum health scaling. Because of that, this skill will be useful even on Wave 1000. And if there's another person with this unit in your game, you could literally kill any boss by just coordinating 2 of these skills. That's an absolutely crazy active skill with insane scaling potential. Alright, so right now, we're on Wave 30, and we're just one-shotting every mob that comes our way. This is a bit too easy to properly test the skills, so let's fast forward to Wave 100 and try each of the active skills there. First off, let's try the Wonder of You skill from Toru. Wow, this skill looks great visually, a fantastic animation. And it really does deal 50% of the maximum health even if the enemy is a boss. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Alright, it's Wave 120, so let's try Valentine's skill now. Okay, that looks amazing too. I already forgot what it does just watching that awesome animation unfold. Alright, and now let's try the last skill, Pucci's active. No way. Wow, that's insane. This game really has some crazy good animations for these ultimate abilities. And of course, after using this skill, all the units were teleported right back to the start of the map. Great skill, great animation. Alright, now let's see just how far we can push it with these units. So, we've already passed wave 185, and honestly, I think with these units, you could probably keep going for as long as you want. With just 3 Poochie units placed strategically, they literally send all the enemies back to the start of the map constantly. It's almost too easy. Alright, let's sell all our units and intentionally lose the game to see our final stats. So, we lost on wave to 102, and we got to 1,500 gems and 8,000 Moonite. Overall, I really like these new JoJo units, especially Poochie and Toru. They are absolutely worth trying to get if you play this game. They bring unique mechanics and insane scaling to the table. If you have any questions at all about these new units or how they work, make sure to ask them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more Roblox content coming your way.